Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to part 2 of episode 2 of the Keep on the Borderlands, where we are getting ready to jump into a conflict of our lives. We are trying to flee Oog the ogre and his goblin companions. We tried to be smart and break our way before they could contact Oog. But these goblins were crafty and blocked our heroes' paths, and now we must deal with the consequences.
Don't call him Og the Ooger either. He gets super mad.
Very upset about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So Og said he gets paid when he kills. I said you could get paid for just doing nothing. Take this coin
without getting killed.
Play both sides of the table.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna roll. That's a maneuver. I'm gonna roll my health. I think everyone else is. I mean, it was Cadence's idea. Throw money at him for sure. I don't know if Epi is Basil helping.
So I'm gonna help by saying, no, not of most valuable positions.
Nice.
I'm trying to read my rules here. So you're doing a health thing, right? So no.
I'm doing health. Yep.
So I can help. I'll definitely make that gold as shiny as possible, or whatever it is, using the lantern light.
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah, cast the light on the gold, so we can. Yeah. Awesome. So, does this count as a dirty trick, or is it the right tools, or nothing at all as weapons go?
I think this would count as a. No, I think this would. Would a dirty trick imply that you're doing a feint?
Yeah, I think
it would be more like maybe the right tools. So I think maybe just the right tools actually.
Yeah, I mean we know what he wants and we're giving it to him. Cool.
Yeah,
I like right tools.
So we need the dirty tricks, the right tools, and stuff like that. I think we need to treat them like weapons. So it's not like they're like right tools just give us a +1 success to an attack roll.
I didn't realize it was on. Okay.
Yeah, and dirty tricks gives us a +1 success to
cool.
So we don't really have.
All right. So all I'm doing right now is introducing the weapon so that it's available to use, because I'm not doing an attack right now. So we'll have that weapon for next time. When you make the roll. Okay. I didn't realize it was I was only looking at the chart and I didn't realize that those weapons were tied to that's because there's a grid right there.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's like two different coming at the metaphor two different ways. So it's a little hard to, but once you get it, it makes sense.
Cool. So this is not gonna affect this roll, but it makes perfect sense that you thought of this, Virgil, because you'll get the benefit of it. So I'm gonna roll my health, and you're both helping.
Yep. Well, and at least the ogre's might doesn't play an effect here.
Yeah, I know. Thank goodness. Order of Might doesn't come into play on flea conflicts. And this is versus, right? Because it's attack versus maneuver. Okay.
Yep.
Why can't I find my roll 20 screen?
So you hear Oog tell the goblins that paid him to be like, go get them. Comes stumbling down at you.
All right, I am ready to roll. If you are.
Yep. Only they're getting. I'm rolling 6 dice total.
Okay.
Because this is not in their nature. Okay.
Oh man, you are on fire. Haha! But I'm even more so.
Nice. So you win. You win by 1.
I win by 1, yeah. How many 6s were in there? 1 6. Okay. Not worth exploding. All right, I win by 1, which means all I can do is impede them. When we drop the coins, I think there's enough confusion and haltering that we get we don't pause afterwards, and I imagine it causes them some degree of pause, all this coin on the ground, and when we tear off.
Oh, totally.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
And
right.
when we were turning around that corner, there was only like one way to go as we were kind of coming around that way. There wasn't like this was another T right now, right?
No.
So we're just running back
to the left instead.
Yeah,
of the
maybe
right.
to the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
Makes sense.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
No pressure cadence, but you need to wipe them completely off the map here. This is
my speed and pathfinding will come in handy.
Because we scripted defend when they scripted feint.
yeah. We're screwed right after that.
Oh.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, no pressure at all. Just well, do you have?
It's just literally the fate of the party.
Yeah. Do you have? You have a persona point, right? No, you spent
No.
it. Damn it. You tap your nature with it. Oh well.
But I am rolling scout
Mm-hmm.
to run. So that's 4.
Yep.
Submit.
And I will help as we're running. Bryn, being having previously paid attention to the craftsmanship, remembers some of the twists and turns and says, there's a sharp turn coming up, and is trying to make use of the lay of the land that she's gotten so far. To help us
so I'm just
corner
like
better.
running full speed and taking direction from someone else. Not thinking exactly about where I'm going.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
One
yeah,
health.
I think we hear the chattering goblins gleefully like, whoa, here we go again, killing. And
I imagine we do.
You're dead, Longshanks. You're dead with the Oog in the fight. Woohoo! And they are elated.
Okay, and so traits, supplies, or other modifiers. Can I slow them down with a flask of oil as a supply and get a die from that?
Well, I think
Ooh.
what Epi was just pointing
Or,
out though is that a flask of oil would be a dirty trick and would only
okay,
work
so
for a feint.
But we were treating the direct. What was it called? The right.
The right tool. Yeah, you get +1 success on this one.
I'll spend the So we'll use the die of
Yeah.
traitor.
Yeah.
First. But that doesn't go into the input.
No.
Okay.
And and so I think these are the goblins doing it. Yeah, so they're all kind of like scattering around as Oog kind of got distracted by like, oh, these are good coins, like whatever, like, oh, these
That's
are
real money.
good real money, yeah. And Cookie Monster. Yeah, okay.
So he's at -1 die. That's
So
all.
that's
we've
right.
got
You
going.
repeated me.
roll it
Let me-
on one.
Let me reset up my thing.
Is that right? Roll it on 1 and
Yeah, roll it on 1.
3. And
whoops! I rolled that completely wrong. I put it in the wrong.
Oh, I had a heart attack.
so 4
it's-
people are helping.
yeah.
-1, 3. Okay. I'm rolling 6 dice.
4.
Wow, did you roll that?
No,
one?
no.
He
that
did
was a-
roll.
that was a.
You named it 4.
Hell.
I panicked when I saw
One.
that. Oh God.
Only 1 success.
Only 2 successes.
All right.
So, we win by 1.
Well, we got +1 success though.
So it's a tie.
Oh, because of your right skills.
Tools,
So that's the tiebreaker. Yeah, so I think we see some kind of like Tom Cruise Risky Business slide, and it just like or like Scooby Doo just like boom into the wall, right, and buying you some time. But then they like hiss at you, and let's see what this tiebreaker says to see who actually if that was enough time for you to get away for this point, or if that's it.
Right.
The goblins are attacking with increased ferocity or something like that, right?
Yeah. So now you
So
have
let's
to
see.
roll your base of scout as the
Now-
tiebreaker.
Now hold on. There's a couple things we do as a tiebreaker here.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
You're right.
So the first thing we
Tiebreaker's
want to do is we want to
Thank you.
look and see if there's any 6s we want to reroll, which is not applicable. This next thing we want to do is look and see if we have any relevant Wises that are applicable. Because if you are, you can spend a fate to reroll one of your failures.
No, I don't know.
You can then choose to forego the tiebreaker roll, spend a trait negatively, earn 2 checks to enter the player's turn with 2 additional checks, but you lose Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Crazy sneeze. Yeah, so to reiterate, sorry, I was sneezing, so I forget what I said. You can use a trait negatively to break the tie in your opponent's favor for 2 checks from the player's turn, aka when you camp, you get 2 free actions to do by spending those checks, so I guess they're not free, but whatever. The next part is the tie actual just saying, screw it, tiebreaker roll, which I think in this case will be your health versus their nature.
Okay, I think we should go. I think I want to go.
Or nature. It depends on what your nature is.
Yeah, you know we're gonna get creamed in the next roll because it's feint. It's feint versus defend. But if we lose this, all we lose is 1 disposition. It's not like a horrible thing to lose. So getting 2 checks for losing 1 disposition is not.
That's my inclination too.
No. Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up because you're in the right mindset, but it's not exactly true, Sean.
Okay.
I impede you with 1.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. You're right.
So actually, my maneuver by win losing doesn't do anything.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So it's better to just give the tie to them
and take
and get 2 checks. Yeah. Thank you very much.
2 trait checks are used against.
No. Yeah. Used against exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and then that way.
All right.
So you have to now choose one of your traits. It can be whatever trait you want, but this is the trait that gets you in trouble, right?
Yeah.
This is basically using it negatively. You didn't use a trait positively in that roll, correct?
I didn't use a trait.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure. So yeah, you can choose any of your traits here to invoke negatively, and using this trait negatively here breaks the tie against you. And so you just fictionally justify and paint us a pretty mouth picture of what that looks like, Virgil, and how Cadence gets himself in a rut, and we'll go from there.
Well, I do know of the shoddy workmanship of the place, and I see some loose rubble, and my curiosity gets the best of me, and I'm like, maybe I can pull the rubble out and everything will be fine.
Maybe this is a secret door, like the passive, like you pull this out and it opens a secret door.
I'm like, this is an obvious, sticking out block. I should check it out. So I try to push on it and nothing happens, and then I pull on it.
Right.
And lots of things start happening.
Lots of things that aren't good for us.
Rocks are falling, like instead of in back of us, in front of us, where we're gonna have to like clamber over them.
Oh, I love it. I love that idea that it wardens off one of the ways you wanted to go.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then I'm just like left standing holding this like.
And Bryn is looking at you like that. If it's okay with you, that was the one that she like saw the mortar was loose, and she's like, "I should have plastered it.
Oh, that's good. All right, and now I get to do a free feint.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Right. So, I mean, what this looks like is that the goblins know their ways through the nooks and crannies of this place, and we're cutting you off.
If I can just because I'm trying to defend, but I don't even get a roll, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to regroup. So I'm holding up this lantern and I'm shouting out your names. It's the stupidest thing in the world to be doing. It's exactly what you would expect someone to do in a horror film, right? Like stand with their back to the goblins and just be like, Bryn, Cadence, Bryn, where are you?
And I think it's these, you see just wicked teeth in the dark. The silhouettes of the teeth smiling as you're screaming in front of the camera. And let's make this roll. See what happens. Did it roll?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
2.
Looks like 2.
It's the exact same roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I've removed 2 points of disposition from you. But we're not done.
And you're the only one who can take 2, Basil. So.
Oh, well played.
Yeah. So that was fortunate.
Okay.
All right. We reset and we go for the next round.
So we can. And if I do get knocked out, does that
means you can't contribute
they
to
automatically get to do that? Like what just happened again?
No, someone takes your place.
Okay.
If you're like out of a fight, then someone else. We always get to do all 3 actions. It's just that you can't help anymore, and so the more people that get taken out, the weaker the side gets. So
Yes. Right. So you're at 5 out of 7. Let me leave these 2 points under here for us to look at, just so we can.
Yeah.
I know you can't see it on
we
at home, but that's fine.
we can get them back if we need to. All right. It looks like you have selected.
Yes.
All right. So what we know about Eric scripting so far is
He
that
likes the faints.
he has last time when he was losing, he went faint, which is I know I'm going to lose, but hopefully I take you down with me. But now he's winning, and
It's not a giant lead, but I think he's got a good position. Even without
he's
the
no reason to
disposition.
make a desperate move.
Yeah.
Although he did faint in the first salvo, so I don't think faint is off the table, but I don't think it's likely that we're looking at faint right now.
Yeah, I mean, we might.
Should we
want
just
to
faint?
Should we faint? Oh,
We might want to defend once.
you would
though,
assume
right?
he would be defend? No, no, that would be terrible. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think Eric. I haven't seen Eric script defend yet. To be fair, we only scripted defend once. We're looking at small sample sizes right now to try and extrapolate things. So
That won't get us into any trouble.
but in terms of what we need, we need to attack. Not necessarily first action, but we definitely need to get their dispo down.
And one of you two has to do that.
Yeah. So.
Well, no, you can do it. You just be rolling beginner's luck, and then we can both help you. It's not the end of the world. What's your
okay.
health?
No.
My health is 3. That's the problem.
Basil, I'm going to be a generous GM and tell you that look at your nature descriptors.
Oh my god, I'm human. I forgot.
Nice.
Humans are all about running away.
Yeah, when you don't have the skill, you can use nature.
They're all about boasting and running away.
Yeah. Give me that stuff.
Okay.
No? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So suddenly, what's your nature, Basil?
4. It's not that much better. So
Yeah, but we can both help with
suddenly
it.
we can all,
Yeah.
So suddenly that's 6 dice instead of like 3.
Yeah.
So clearly, I think we are in great shape to run.
Yeah.
The only person who isn't good at running is myself, which again makes plenty of sense.
All right. Well, let me tuck up my. I keep thinking I'm wearing those robes. You know what? I'm wearing those robes around my leather armor.
Yeah,
let me
of course.
tuck up those robes and get ready to show off a little calf and show them the whites of my calves as I flee into the caverns.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys can follow those.
Well, you can't go next because you went last.
Oh, that's right. You can't go twice in a row. That's right.
Right.
We certainly can have you do it. So, but in terms of actions, we can assign people to do them. But I think what would be good for is 2 attacks, and then maybe either if you want to be crazy with it, a feint, or
With you fainting?
defend. What's that?
With you fainting? With Bryn fainting? You think?
Bryn is not great at fainting. It would be better for her to do a maneuver or defend. I could. I wouldn't be fantastic at it.
Stop running, Longshanks. You're ruining the meat.
It's not talking to Bryn, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How do you guys feel about attack, defend?
sure.
Yeah,
All right.
that's fine. Okay.
Make it so,
So-
conflict, Captain.
Let's see here.
And I'm the second attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Let me rearrange for that.
Attack.
Yeah, it'll go Cadence, Basil, Bryn.
God, it's hard to line things up in roll 20.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. They're mostly
I'm not
guidelines.
zoomed in very well.
It's okay. We're not doing rocket science. It's close enough.
Oh.
It's so it shows on the screen correctly, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, I'm ready to flip. Ready to
All right,
reveal?
let's flip them.
All right, flip.
I think one of these times we should just be talking openly like we were, but have a secret chat as well. So when we flip, it's a dramatic reveal that we get.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, look at that.
Looks like we had similar
Yeah.
inclinations.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, right. So, this basically, I mean, Oog is going to be charging at you with his hands out, trying to grab you, Cadence, because you're the closest person, right? It's like, not a meat on this one, as he tries to grab, use your bones for soup.
Yeah, not.
And yeah, ogre wants you.
Okay, so attacking once again with my scouty scouts.
Mm-hmm.
I am to scout, not sout. Scout.
Scout.
I have quattro.
Bryn will from the rubble that we're trying to traverse over.
Yeah.
At some point when Oog tries to grab Cadence, Bryn will chuck a rock, like pause briefly to chuck a rock at him to like just as his hand's about to grab Cadence, smack him in the hand so I has to flinch away and keep chasing him. That's how she will
Yeah,
aid.
awesome. Yeah, that moment of desperation we see on screen, right, of like the hand coming down and then Bryn out of nowhere is like, no, run! And yeah, cool. I love that.
Okay, so there's the help modifier, and then versus is we just say one. The independent rather.
Yeah. One is right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can reuse weapons. I mean, in a normal fight, you can reuse a weapon, but I don't know if like that coin is still lingering on Oog's mind. What do you say, Eric?
Nah, it smells. No, you're right. You're so close to it that it's
not. Yeah.
Okay, and that was so. All right, log one. Let's go.
And
Oh yeah.
There we go.
four.
Great news is you took Oog out of the fight. Bad news is we're fucked. No, we're not fucked. We're done.
We're tied.
That's it.
No, that's it. No, wait.
Yeah.
Did your item give? Did you have an item for the right skill or anything? A weapon?
Well, we were talking about the coin as to whether or not that still
That
works.
could still work if I kick like a rock down into the coin pile so it makes another sound.
You would have need to have given something else up to keep it going.
Can I at this point throw it, or is it after the roll?
Well, it's +1 success. It won't affect the roll, but it's not. It doesn't.
You have nothing else to give up. Yeah.
Matter. I mean, we lose no matter what. You're not going to save us from losing the conflict, and you can make. And they're already we're down more than half, so it's not like we're going to make them have a bigger compromise. Really,
exactly. You're getting the half compromise, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good enough. Yeah. Okay then. All right. Cool. Yeah. Apparently my normal luck is not.
Yeah,
here.
it's not holding up here.
I shoot to kill. So yeah. So Oog got swindled, and so did this other goblin. But the rest of you all get knocked out. So let's talk about what this compromise is, right? So if your goal was to escape the ogre but not leave the caves, that would imply that your goal is not reached. But my goal of capturing you is also implied to not have been reached. So here's my question for you, right? Do we want my goal to be achieved, but you ask for concessions to it? that way, or do you think?
Maybe
I have a suggestion for a compromise.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Which is they may have us cornered,
And we
so
go
that
to
so they don't have us captured, but we can't escape. Right? You know, that kind
They've
of.
got us backed into a corner. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
The other one is that they could capture us, but they throw us in some pit, some den, something like that, and we still have our stuff. Like they don't capture us and strip us of all our things, which I could also see as a possibility. You know, and then we're like lost in the caves in a goblin pit. You know, and they're gonna feast on us.
Well, I
later.
could see if they did kind of capture us, right? And then they see the markings on you guys, they might want to talk to someone about what's going on, so they store us somewhere, right? Like, I can see them being like, well, wait, there's something weird going on. First of all, why are they coming into here? Second of all, why do they have our markings on them?
Yeah, so I think it would depend on kind of their intelligence. If they're smart enough to like want to capture us and like hold us for some reason, I think that makes total sense. But if they're just like food, then I think us just being backed into a corner
Makes more sense.
it makes more sense.
So I'm reading the description of the because this is a full compromise, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not
major.
minor or major, but it's the
Yeah, exactly. It's just the straight
They've-
cheeseburger.
Right. They've lost
So-
more than half.
it's either you didn't get the goal and got halfway there, or the loser could, which is us, we're the losers, could accept defeat but introduce a new unforeseen complication that has arisen due to the winner's victory.
Yeah, right.
Right. Orcs could come. They could hear all this noise, and they were patrolling for orcs, and they could
Right.
hear all this crashing and whatnot. And we could, not that I really want to deal with orcs, but we could complicate the matters further by having, raiding orcs show up to try. To take
Well,
advantage.
we didn't want to get captured,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to leave the caves. So maybe we leave the caves. We get chased out, but there's orcs out there, and we're able to escape while they have to deal with the orcs. So then we're back outside.
So you're
we're
saying
not
you want what we
Get pushed
what we
out.
asked? I don't think we could.
Yeah.
So we get pushed out, but then there's a hubbub out
mean,
there. Because,
what's-
like you were saying, there's something going on.
It seems very reasonable that, to build on what you're saying, Virgil, that you guys were forced to leave the caves. But of course, the goblin patrols are out there
Yeah.
coming back. That's a very reasonable suggestion. But also being stuck in the caves, but pinned in a dead end, also seems pretty good.
Yeah. Pinned in a dead end is probably pretty gnarly for us because we're facing an ogre that has a higher order of might than we do, and
Yeah,
in a drive off or kill conflict is likely to munch us.
Yes.
But I mean, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes Linus disappears and comes back and finds out his party's all dead.
Or I mean, being captured is also pretty reasonable. Being captured, but your stuff is in the room, also seems pretty good too.
Yeah.
So we're just thrown in the larder, just waiting for the stew.
It's like not the proper area yet, or or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of being thrown into their pits because it sort of advances our. It's the furthest we'll have gotten into this dungeon at this point.
We'll be in a
right?
new
Yeah,
exciting
we'll be in a new
place.
place. We're obviously locked up or whatever, or guarded or both, but at least
Yeah.
we.
Okay.
Totally cool. So, also then I think if we're doing that, what you hear before you hear the clangs on your heads, right, is give them the Norting. They know what to do. And you hear bonk, and you all wake up. Your tummies are rumbling. So I think it's also like probably hungry and thirsty.
All right.
As you wake up shackled into this other room, there seems to be two really hideous creatures that you have not seen before. They seem to be not quite the size of an ogre, but definitely bigger than a goblin, and not as furry and scary as a bugbear. But they seem to be large, ugly, and for us as players, they're ugly hobgoblins that are sitting here looking at kind of half dazing off as sentries in this room of other manacled people in this place. You look around. There's a plump merchant. Seems to be completely bedraggled. Seems it might have been here for a little while, maybe like a week or so. He's not doing great. In fact, you see him. He's just you see the breathing raising and falling. He
is breathing.
Yeah, he's breathing. It's just not in good shape at all. You see an angry orc chained up here. So this is probably the first time we've seen an orc, big, shirtless, brute. You know what? Actually, a brute. She's a female warrior, and she's like constantly trying to fight her chains. And you don't know how long they've been there, right? You see next to them, you see a duo of guards. They're wearing blue, like not necessarily like plate metal, but like regular old like chain mail. But they have that sort of like blue tabard kind of thing that sits over them, like they belong to a mercenary legion.
Do they have this? Is there any of the symbol anywhere from the trees?
The chaos
symbol or any of the tabard or anything?
No. This tabard is a blue symbol with a white lion on it, which you know is a mercenary company in this Mykonos or whatever it's called place.
So these are we? Right. We're chained up, right? Did you?
Yeah, these are all chained up. These are all chained up. These are all prisoners along with you.
And we are chained up as well. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You're waking up. You're getting your bearings. Next to them, there is a rather humble-looking woman. She is barely breathing as well. They look. So the men at arms, the man and the lady, seem to have been here maybe around the same amount of time. And then in the far corner, away from you all, is a chained up, hideous monstrosity. Something between a hyena and a man. Just like rocking back and forth, snarling this whole time.
I don't know what
sometimes
that is.
Sometimes it hideously like chuckles to itself and then goes back to rocking. That thing, you can see around its neck, has that same symbol that's branded on you on it. It's an amulet.
Oh, it's not branded. Yeah. It's got an amulet.
No, it's got an amulet on it. Yeah. So, you
look over at one of the guards.
Not a good spot.
Like, yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice.
The guards look. They're not sarcastic. If they were in a better spirit, they might have been sarcastic and been like, "Oh, look, the rescue party's here," right? But instead, they just kind of groan at your fortunes. I think, yeah. So I think what you see is we see. Yeah, I think you hear another voice, a final voice here, being like, "Yeah, just throw this stuff in with them. Who cares? We're eating them soon anyways." And you hear the clanks of your backpacks getting thrown in, which probably wakes you all up, right?
Nice.
I got a question about lighting. Presumably, we're out with the lantern, right?
Correct.
And
it's very dimly lit.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of scramble over to my gear.
Well, we're manacled, right?
I can't get away from the wall.
Are we chained to the wall, or
you're manacled to the wall.
To the wall.
Yeah.
I was hoping floor. That's my favorite place to be manacled from.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
there's some very crude, but as you can tell, firmly placed, or maybe not so firmly placed, spikes driven into these walls with these chains coming off of them.
Yeah.
You here.
I look at my manacles that are also like adjacent to the existing manacles that were still left on me from my prior imprisonment.
Yes.
And
totally.
And I want to try and figure out whether these two guards speak the common tongue or not. So I call out to the mercenary group. Do we know the name of them? We recognize them, but do we know who they are?
Yeah, I mean, they're the Blue Lions. You know that they would be here. You probably know that they were contracted to patrol these regions.
Yeah. So I say Blue Lions.
But individually, you don't know them. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's fine. Blue Lions. I assume that you weren't paid. This wasn't the service you were paid to render, and I'm saying that to greet them, but I also want to see if like the guards like if they can tell what I'm saying, or if they're just like prisoner making noise. And I'm saying in the sense in the common tongue. I want to know if we can communicate.
Yeah, to the man at arms.
Yeah, so I'm talking to the men at arms,
yeah.
But I'm looking at the hobgoblins to see if they like understand what I'm saying.
And so you're talking to the men at arms in common. Oh, okay.
Common.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And yeah, they're definitely like watching you. It's hard to tell yet. And the humans go, yeah, some luck we have guarding this. And he looks over to the merchant. Something like, should have been smart. Should have stayed at home. And the other one laughs and says, yeah, I could have been a mage if you believe it. And should have listened to my folks. Yeah, and you hear the hobgoblins yell, and you see that when they yell, they like grab a spear, and you see the men at arms like quickly like back up, and they look at you, and they communicate in it's not quite, it's goblin, but it's definitely a different accent, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds a little bit more like cleaned up goblin, really. And it says and to your best ability, it says, stop talking, right? Silence. No.
Right. I mean, and I figure
prisoners should be quiet.
I figure we can get that from the body language, just like pointing spears at us, and
yeah, right, and realizing that.
All right. So I nod and get quiet, but then I'm gonna.
The gnoll laughs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the gnoll's attention.
Yeah.
I whisper. I whisper to my companions. I don't think they speak our tongue.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wait.
While you're trying to talk to the gnoll,
who doesn't speak our tongue? Oh, you don't think the hobgoblins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you were just talking to the guards in our tongue. So I'm like a little bit.
We're saying guards into multiple layers. Yeah.
Yes.
The men at arms,
mercenaries, chained up, guards, hobgoblins.
Yes.
With the gnoll, it's going to be wordless. I'm just going to be like, and when the gnoll finally looks over, maybe I'll kick something in there. I'm going to try and show that I've got the same, I got that rash in my hairy chest that matches the amulet.
Great. Let's compare. Let's ally with the gnoll. Sounds good.
Yeah. Hell yeah. If I'm going to pick one person to ally with here.
It licks its chops like a hungry dog.
Oh, good. That's probably good. That's a good sign.
That's long tongue. Long purpley tongue.
The gods are telling me that we're food.
Its teeth, unlike the bark biters, are a full set of canines. Razor sharp.
There's the gnoll.
So it doesn't seem impressed.
Yeah.
Then
Do you guys know anything about gnolls?
I don't have anything wise worth about gnolls.
I know, some lore.
I mean, are you asking? Are you asking the players? Are you asking the characters?
Yeah, I'm asking you as players. Would your characters know anything about?
Yeah, I mean,
if it's reasonable in your background that you would have some familiarity with a gnoll, or is this thing just?
I specifically studied a bit to go out and do this because I figured that that was part of the problem. So I have 3 in Lore Master if I can use that to try to.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, this doesn't require a skill yet unless you're trying to do engineer some sort of ploy here. But I will give this to you, Cadence. As you know, gnolls are beyond chaotic. They are pure rage-bait manifest.
Yeah,
they are so terrifying that that's why they're kept alone. That even other monsters fear gnolls because they cannot trust them. They just are destruction machines.
Right. And
I know they can bite through bone.
I pass this on, and I'm just like, I'll stay back from that one. Psychopaths, I tell you.
Yeah. And Basil, you may know that they worship demons. So, from your religious affiliation, right?
I probably know about.
They worship the eternal hunger, is what you know. The devouring maw, and it's said that's why they're so mad, and that for a gnoll, it's disgraceful for a gnoll to die with an empty stomach.
I give it my nasty sandwich.
It's good.
You throw it? Yeah, that's a really good point. Do you throw the gnoll your nasty sandwich?
I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna eat this, but I bet that thing would eat anything. Watch. It completely devours it in one gulp. Like a dog would, like just
like right out of the air.
Yeah, just straight up, just eats it. Like doesn't even really chew it. It just goes gulps.
I'm like, see, those things are hungry.
It starts licking its paws, like where it touched it, right? Like it's like, it's so good. It just cannot stop.
Big problems if one.
The guards look at you, being like, cut it out, kind of like cut it out.
Right. We're clearly pushing our luck with these guards. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the plan here?
I'm gonna whisper to the group. I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, hey, what happened to Linus?"
I thought you.
Really good question.
I mean, didn't we have a partner, and it was me and Bryn and you, or was it me and you and Brendan? Or was I supposed to be? Oh dear.
I don't remember.
We lost him in the run.
Why did we have the buddy system if we weren't paying attention? You have to be very good buddies.
So
hopefully he's got a better fate than we have.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can make friends here.
Got a criminal background here?
Little bit. No, I don't have criminal trained, but I do have thieves picks. But I don't have. I don't know if I'd have them. Let me see where I
think as part of your compromise for the last fight, I think it's reasonable to say that you could have some sort of gear on you.
Yeah.
Right? That's part of the compromise. By chance you were able to keep that close to you.
I would like that item then, because where is stuff?
Yeah, you want to try to pick your locks quietly?
Yeah.
So I'll distract, and I'm like, I'm terribly ill. Oh, I need water. Or preferably like a mineral water, if you have any. I mean, when my belly's upset, if I get it nice and warm around 115 degrees, it settles me right down.
So you're trying to peeve them while I try and yeah.
And I'll even obviously try to draw them by like jingling my chains and trying to pretending I'm struggling to get free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're staring at me or yelling.
Yeah, like you're creating the distraction.
Yeah. Nice.
And yeah.
What else helps on a criminal here?
I'm going to be ill, or at least discomforted.
Yeah. Yeah. An app. I don't know if.
I do have Scholar, which the book says helps with criminal.
Yeah. So I'm going to angle.
Do you have
to
a wise? Could possibly work.
Yeah. I have banded wise. I don't know if that quite works, but I can definitely stretch it if you'd like to hear me stretch it.
Yeah, I would be.
Because obviously bandits kidnap people and manacle them quite often in crude, cheap manacles like these. And so there have been times where I've had to break out of them, and I know just what to do with the thumb, and
Oh, nice. So instead of like saying like pick the lock proper, like just loosen it up enough that you can slip your hand out.
Yeah, get enough to get your hand out. So don't try and do the whole job. Don't try and do the
Right.
Perfect is the enemy of free.
Of free. Well, Bryn's take on this, not being a criminal herself, is she's looking at it very much from the crafter's perspective of this is a lock and I am a locksmith, and I'm going to try and learn about the tumblers, and she's going to sort of it doesn't seem like they're immediately upon they're eating us immediately, so so yeah, I think if I can pick one and then slip my hand out of the other one, that would be perfect timing. Like just figure out which one's the looser and slip out of that one and then pick the other. Because I assume there's locks on each wrist, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Awesome. And the trick here is also to do this without the guards noticing. So that when I'm done. Thankfully, I have manacles on my wrists already. So when I'm done, I'm just going to grab the chains again.
Oh, good.
So I still have manacles on my wrists, and I have chains.
So it looks like it, yeah.
So they can't tell that like I'm hiding the manacle behind my wrist.
Oh yeah, that's super good.
So yeah, hey, whoever thought your arraignment would come in handy like that? Well, all right, so I'm gonna roll my crafting nature, if that's. If you
instead of criminal,
yeah, I don't have criminal, so
yeah, instead of learning it,
instead of learning it,
I buy that. Cool.
And you get the bonus from my wise, or was that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. That was a super good story.
And I think Virgil, I don't think persuader or manipulator can help me do the lock, but it does definitely justify hopefully them not looking while I'm doing it. I don't think you can actually give me a bonus die with it, but we can. I think it's the thing that justifies me being able to do this without them seeing it, because otherwise it's like great, you picked the lock, and then
I would even go as far as to say though that I'm trying to maybe draw them in here, but yeah, go ahead, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, to escape from metal restraints is an Ob 3 criminal. So, like, I'm gonna say it's an Ob 3 nature test too.
Cool. Whew. All right.
Yeah.
You got this.
I
believe in you.
Do you want to tap your nature?
Do I want to spend the persona? Tap my nature.
Yeah. Or
it
would
would
do anything to the roll?
I
mean, it's kind of important we get free.
Yeah.
You're also on turn 3 of the grind, so this is gonna be, or sorry, you're on turn 4. This is after this, the grind happens again.
Oh,
and we're already hungry.
You're already hungry.
Can we eat or drink? I assume not. I assume that
unless you're
food.
free. Yeah.
All right. When I see shoddy craftsmanship, I will improve it. I don't think I'm following my instinct.
Yeah, you'd want to make it a better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look at the problems with this manacle here.
Look, it's all rusted. The inner combinations are all shitty. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hold anyone here.
These are all set to factory combinations.
Yeah.
It's all 0, 0, 0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No way. That's a symbol for my luggage.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to tap Jaded, but I will use. I don't think I'm going to tap my nature, but I will use Born of Earth and Stone. I just know hardware. I know machine. I know things made of steel, mechanisms. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so I'm rolling. My nature's 5, and I'm getting 1 helping die from Basil and 1 from my trait, and my ob's 3.
Are you getting Virgil's help too?
I don't. Well,
I don't know if I can actually help
if he can help me,
nature,
then yes.
Right?
Oh, with nature?
That's true.
Okay,
nature helps nature.
Yeah.
All right, let's cancel this. Yep, let's take it.
Yeah. So I start. My nature descriptors include singing, so I start singing the sad sickness song.
Yeah.
Of my brothers, sisters.
Right. So I'm taking three helping dice then. And the ob is 3. And
Oh my god.
Do you have a wise?
God, I do. I have shrewd appraisal wise, and I have goblin wise. I think goblin wise is appropriate. This is goblin trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
so
like, oh wait,
do you
goblins are mostly left-handed. They would have built it hammered to the other side.
Well, one of the things you were like pointing at was that like they're hammered into the
masonry.
The masonry, and so they must have been added here after the fact. So I'm like, so I'm gonna, as I'm triggling and I can't get it to work, I'm like, oh yeah, Aziz told me that goblin locks, they always flip the tumblers backwards. Of course, I'm gonna spend that persona. Well, I could spend a fate to reroll 1 failed die, or a persona to reroll all failed dice. I failed a lot of times. I failed on 6 dice. So I think I'm gonna spend that persona.
Yeah.
And roll.
Right.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey!
3 more successes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, way more than enough to get yourself free. The scope of your task was just to get yourself free, right? Without notice. Like, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I would love to say everyone else, but
yeah. No, you did it.
That
You did it
wasn't
just fine. Yeah, so once again, in the room, besides everyone chained up on different parts of this wall right here, right? Like, kind of your packs are kind of around the center point of a very dimly lit fire pit. That's just basically just smoldering right now. There's 2 guards sitting on stools next to the door. Both kind of pretty lazy but they're kind of like big. They're wearing really nice armor, like clearly like spoils from conquests. And and next to the one on the left, also the one that's kind of near the knoll, is a there's a giant thing of what do you call it? A ring of keys, right? Like those jailer rings of keys that you would normally see on a TV show.
Okay,
big,
so
bulky.
I'm continuing my song, and then I realize I should probably just like start singing it really off key. So then I start purposely singing bad notes as well.
All right.
And then I increase my volume and the wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Are you just trying to like piss them off to no end?
I'm gonna bring them in here if I can.
Yeah. I
want that door to open up.
I think the hobgoblin to the right goes to his belt and he's like oh, insolent curs. He pulls out a whip, right? And he pulls out the whip and cracks it once, and then goes at you with a whip.
Okay.
Do you still sing?
I don't know. Can I cast an Eldritch Dart at him instead or something?
You are chained up, but
I mean, no test
you
is necessary.
could.
I spit them out of my.
Is your intention? What are you intending to do with them to knock them out?
If you can knock out the one in front of you, I have an idea for the other one.
Yeah. I just want to attack powered by rage. If I'm not angry. I'm hangry.
Yeah.
I'm irritated. I don't know. Yeah. So he whips me, and I just like go and like unleash like a blast of magic straight from my face. Eldritch darts.
Awesome.
And I know there's no simultaneous actions in Torchbearer, but just to like frame this, when I see this happening, I'm gonna run and get down low and charge into the one other hobgoblin and try to knock him into the knoll, because you said he was close to the knoll. I want to knock him into like the reach of the knoll, so that the knoll can get his hands on him. So I know they have to be adjudicated separately, but I just kind of want to throw that. That's
perfect. Yeah, no, that's when you make your move. It makes perfect sense. Cool. All right, so what happens? Remember though, the grind happened, so I think the next is that you are exhausted.
Yeah, we're all exhausted, which makes everything worse.
Yes. So you're also hungry and thirsty. It doesn't go away.
Factor in all tests except for resources, circles, and recovery.
Oh.
Yeah, exhausted is terrible. But what else are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Right.
Yep.
There was no way we could eat before getting out, right?
Yep.
That wasn't gonna happen. So.
Well, hopefully you save your persona. All right. So let's cast this spell, right?
Right.
So
So it says no test.
It's
cast
technically
necessary.
like
So each has the.
it's an
binary.
Arcanist. It would be like an Arcanist test against them in the same way like it would be like a fighter
Okay,
test.
So my
Right.
Arcanist is
Right.
3.
So what I would
And I
say is
assume
that
it's
it's
hard.
against. I don't think hobgoblins have a will. So like the way I would arbitrate this is it's just going to be against their nature, right? So it's going to be a versus test of your dart versus their nature. You're fighting one because you said you're only targeting one. The other one can't really help. Like there's no way of helping it, right?
I don't think anyone can help me shoot a
Right.
spell.
So so if you succeeded this Arcanist test, I would say that your Eldritch Dart is powerful enough to overwhelm the hobgoblin and he gets knocked out, right? Or
Okay, so versus their what did you say? Nature?
Their nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. So I would be rolling 3 dice here.
Okay, so I'll just roll versus 1. And we'll see.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? As an Arcanist, so this is just like any other test. It's just a versus test as Arcanist. You can invoke a trait if you wanted to, but also keep in mind you're a -1 die. I don't think.
No, exhausted
There's any
is
other
plus
factor.
1. It's a factor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but in the
so-
versus
so-
test, it's a -1 success.
Right, but it's not -1 die. It's -1 success.
I'm sorry, it's -1
Yeah.
success. Thank you. You're right.
And I don't think my trait's gonna help. Oh, yeah. No.
Do you have a persona?
No, I'm low on all those good things.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so we're just gonna have to trust the.
I think. Man, no, I was gonna say I think Goblin Wise could have helped with the distraction, but I don't think it can help with the spell. Like I could have been like, oh yeah, they hate songs about this, but that's not. That would lure them in closer, but it wouldn't help you knock them out with the spell.
Yeah. So I am like singing my wailing song, and then the whip cracks, and then my song like unleashes actual eldritch energies, shooting force at the speed of sound, slamming so successfully. Not.
Oh my
No.
god.
Wow.
So if he rolls a 0, it's a tie, though, right?
No, because we have a factor. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right. So you're
I mean,
at
you're-
-1 success.
Let me just do it for the hobgoblins and see what happens. No, they make at least 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you cast the spell, right? But it's weak, and it doesn't it hits him, and he just laughs, and says like, "Now you get double," and he starts whipping you, and it hurts, right?
Yeah, I stopped singing.
The nose starts laughing,
Can I
right?
stop singing now?
Yeah.
When the whipping happens, can then.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
but-
I don't know that stopping singing will
And then,
stop the
and, then,
This is-
and then I'm wondering if the singing stop will like have something to do with maybe whipping stopping. Would be
Yeah.
nice.
And no, it just seems to keep going crack. But at the same
Oh.
time, right, Bryn, you make your move.
Yeah, I charge the other one and try and just shoulder him into the
He
the
goes,
knoll.
What the? And yeah. All right. So this is probably fighter against it again as well, right? To get them
Yeah.
to push these into these positions.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna try and help with that one. I couldn't help with the other one, but I think with this one,
Mhm.
I will charge at him as well. But I'm chained to the wall. Hopefully, just the fast movement from my side will distract him long enough for you to get in.
Yeah, I buy that.
you need to do.
He
I buy
won't. He
that.
won't realize that.
Yeah, he
That
might.
you're not
he doesn't
free.
know who's not free, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I try to splash blood over there from my wounds.
No, you're not helping. You're
It's not helping. It's not helping at all. No one noticed.
I think I'm going to need you to take a health test for me. Real quick,
what do you want,
Virgil,
Bob?
before you finish it, Sean, because I feel like this is you with enduring the suffering of the whips.
I can take it.
If you can take it, then you won't be injured.
Health test. The health
Yeah.
is 4.
Basically, this is you withstanding the blows of this whip. It's probably a weird way of doing it, but I'm gonna let it slide. I think
Input value 0.
Yeah, I mean, you could just.
What's the ob for weapons?
it's op 3.
Ob 3 weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just grit my teeth.
Yeah, so you're gonna be lashed and born, but you're not gonna take the injured condition from it. So that's good.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
You plan for it, so you turn. Yeah.
I've had my performances reviewed in the Daily Bugle. This is nothing.
Talk about scathing. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. All right, Sean. Let's finish this now.
Yeah. So, well, we hope. So yeah, I say I really hoped we could have been friends, and and charge. So I'm rolling fighter. I've already used Born of Earth and Stone. I have Jaded available still, but I think this is just like a real bold chasing into it. So
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna roll fighter with 1 helping die from Basil.
Basil.
I don't really think I have anything else to throw at it.
Sweet Basil.
Okay.
And we're doing versus.
Yep. So I'm gonna get ready to roll my nature. I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Oh, we tie.
Damn
Their might is 3. And
My
this
might
as
is
well.
3.
So
But
yeah.
what about our friendly, not friendly, but ever devouring beast from behind? Isn't that like a helping
Well,
yeah,
thing?
Well,
try
the
to,
question here, the question is that you try to push him, but he plants his feet, and now you're both trying to shove each other into the mouths of the knoll.
Yeah. Oh, that's
he's just
good.
like
I love it.
waiting, like
I
So,
love it. Like
the
it's like,
loser-
I win either way.
Yeah, the knoll doesn't give a shit. Sorry, but like the knoll does not care.
I didn't expect. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting the knoll.
Oh,
to
I
be
know. Yeah,
discerning.
no. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
All right. Well, I
It's
rolled
not
2
discerning.
6s in that roll, and I do have 1 fate. So
Well, it's just doing this the whole time. It's going.
I'm gonna eat something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I want to explode those 2 6s.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's a
see if
great
I can
idea.
Break that. I have 1 fate. I might as. It's the best I can use it for.
Come on,
I hope so, Sean. 'Cause if you do that, if you don't, it's probably the hobgoblin's gonna let the knoll have its way on you.
That's fair. Let's see what I get. Yes.
Oh, you got
God.
one! Oh, just barely! Oh, my god!
Freaking hair
It's-
of my
Oh,
chinny
that's so
chin.
good!
Shit out.
Oh, so like it's that moment of like you're each trying to shove each other's face close to the mouth of the knoll, and I was like, "Let me at him! Let me at him!" And it's finally you do that last push, like you leverage the hobgoblin's face plants, and then you hear a horrible scream as the knoll's just like blood splatters as the knoll's just like devouring this hobgoblin right now. The other
maybe he'll
hobgoblin
get
was
whipped now.
the other hobgoblin was so mad at the elf, right? That it didn't, it got tunnel visioned, right? As you would. What are we gonna do? Or should maybe it's 252? Maybe that should be where we call
Maybe-
it.
We call it. Yeah, because we have to do
Yeah,
rewards. And
I
all
mean,
that
the
stuff.
reward.
The knoll pulls its mask off and it's Linus.
Am I your friend now?
Do
He
we
was
know
Linus
you?
the whole
I'm sorry.
time. Like slung scoops. Okay. Yeah. Let's. All right. Wow.
Yeah, I like it. I'm getting whipped in the corner. The guy's getting devoured.
I mean,
We're still mostly chained up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I feel like we're in a good position.
I feel like we're in a
Welcome
fun
to-
position. I'd
Welcome
say
to
this is real fun.
Torchbearer.
We're all chained up except for one of us. You're
Yeah.
being whipped by a hobgoblin, and a knoll is eating the hobgoblin. Yeah, we win.
Yeah, that's
Doing
what victory is. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, yeah, this is. I think I might call this episode "The Jaws of Victory." It's cool.
Nice.
Good work. Good work, everybody. Let's go ahead and let's talk about our experience with our beliefs, instincts, and goals. Right. So let's worry about beliefs. Right. Playing up your belief. If you had a role that was very, very attributatory to your belief, then you earn a fate point. If there was a point in this game where your belief was totally questioned and changed, and in a very dramatic way, you could earn persona, and you must change your belief at this time. So let's go around and let's talk to Cadence first. Cadence, what was your belief, and do you think we learned something new?
My belief is treasure isn't worth losing lives, and I think we did kind of get to roll on that because we threw the treasure and got to use it in our roles.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good? So a fate point then?
Absolutely.
Great.
Anyone have the belief? I think I'd enjoy being whipped by a knoll.
That's just my personal belief.
I mean, I do have the trait curious.
That's true. Knoll curious.
Knoll curious.
Whip curious.
Yeah.
Lashing curious.
You never know until you try. Is my motto.
Yep. No, I think you got it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Anyone else? What about Sean?
Yeah.
Yep. So Bryn's belief is kings are thieves who master greed and providence. I will tear this facade apart from the inside. I so wanted someone I could talk to. I feel like
they're under orc lockdown.
I feel like we're
lockdown
right at the point now where we could talk about it.
Absolutely.
But we just didn't quite get there. I said no. I in my head canon, my belief was real, but it did not come into play.
Yeah. I know I kind of felt bad. I didn't bring it up, but I definitely did feel a little bad being like, I don't think these goblins are here to talk. They're ready for an orc attack to repel it.
No, it's all good.
Yep.
Yeah, we need goblins.
I'm very glad we went the capture option rather than the we're locked up option rather than we're back outside again
yeah, exactly. This was way better.
I'm happy about what can happen from here.
Well, I was really happy with the scene that we got from it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm just waiting for that moment for when you guys are all battered, beaten, and broken, and you just go, you know what, Eric? I just crawl right into that goblin pot.
I just start rubbing myself down with some salt and spices.
Yep. Just get ready.
Fly right in there.
If you're a halfling, it's like, I know I need a little salt, and I'm just going to crawl right in there.
I'll just spend about 8 hours in there, and then I'll be done.
Yeah. Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
All right. What about Basil? What?
Well, my belief is the gods speak to the people before they speak to the priests. And I can't remember. Do you need to get a roll base? Because I definitely chose the conflict, the flea conflict, because I was like, the gods are telling us something here.
Well, and also
the goblins
listening to that chaos symbol that was like, hey, dude, what's up? I could be your sugar daddy, and I think you were definitely had your mind open to like the influence of various gods.
Yeah,
sure,
exactly.
So is that a fate?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, tick it up.
Yeah, you could say that your defend action, even though it never triggered, was in accordance to this belief, right? Yeah. So I would allow that. Cool. I saw instincts, right? Anyone have an instinct that fired?
I don't think so. I need to jump in if no one's taking charge. Actually, I did jump in for the runaway, and I took charge of that, the whole encounter.
Yeah. It doesn't stop the tick on the grind, but yeah, I mean, that's true. It did come into play. You did become a conflict captain.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we figured out last time though that you have to get a
roll. You actually have, you have to benefit from it, like literally benefit from a roll from it.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I don't think I actually benefit from jumping in or anything.
This is not the camp I wanted, so this instinct isn't going to work for me either.
It's just got a craftsmanship. I will improve it. I improved it by opening it.
Yeah. No, not quite.
Yeah,
that's close though. Hopefully, I'm not being guys. Am I being too strict with this?
No,
a strickler.
No. Okay. Instincts are really narrowly defined. There's a lot of times when they just don't fire.
Okay.
I don't think.
It's definitely it's more difficult for me as a Torchbearer GM than say a Mouse Guard GM, where I am very aware of your beliefs, instincts, and goals, and tailor missions to really hit those sort of things. Where I feel like in Torchbearer, it's very much like, no, here's my dungeon.
We're running an adventure,
and you have to sort of like figure out what my dungeon is like and really help in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, like I specifically engineered that instinct in as a response to the last thing we saw, and I was like, I'm going to make a maple spout for these goblins, and then you're like, oh no, they actually like the corrupted gnarly bark, and I'm like, never mind.
Well, you didn't try the corrupted gnarly sap though.
Gnarly sap.
Yeah, gnarly sap.
So
some good alchemical region supply right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Goals. Almost forgot. Goals, everybody. Wait. Yeah.
Cadence?
No. I did hear treasure this time, and saw some. I didn't get my hands on any, but now I'm sure that all the good treasures down here, and I am gonna get my hands on some.
Yeah, you saw it.
That's still my goal. Get my hands on some of that good treasure.
Yeah. You also have a bunch of prisoners around too. They might be able to help you out too about treasure or ideas too. So,
well,
don't forget. Cool.
I think I'm going to argue that I did make my goal here. Retrieve some evidence of the goblin religion. I got that like literally branded on me.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say unhealthy amounts of knowledge of the
Yeah. No, absolutely.
All right. Taking it.
All right.
Cool.
So I have a question.
So persona then, right? You achieved your goal.
Bravo.
Yay.
So I have a question about my goal as to whether or not I achieved it or not, which it's a two-part question. One is, do the people inside here count as one of the tribes? And two is, are they our friends now? These prisoners that we have just killed one of their captors and distracted the other.
Oh, yes. I mean,
because I feel like I've made allies in here now. Finally.
You would know that I kind of hinted at it, but I'm going to just be very explicit. The Blue Lions are the men-at-arms responsible for the keep at the border and the keep of the Borderlands.
Nice.
They are the garrisoned security forces there. So
cool.
Yep.
Excellent. So I'm gonna take a persona for gaining allies in here.
Awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
I think that's beliefs, instincts, goals.
Yes, I think so for everybody then. Cool.
Yeah.
Group awards. Let's talk about group rewards. MVP. The clutch roll of the evening. The one that was super awesome. Play of the game moment.
Clearly my defend action.
I got to nominate. I think Sean's pushing the monsters.
The last move was probably the biggest.
That was so good.
Well.
Yeah, it was so close.
I mean, that's like between that and like you possibly dying, Sean. Like that was.
Right.
I mean, it's either like that or the roll of him getting out like right before that. So, I definitely think Sean.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a good setup. Cool. What about teamwork? The workhorse reward. So Sean, what's a persona for that? Right?
Cool.
MVP for you. Workhorse. Anybody?
I am torn. Cadence, definitely. You had the idea to like to throw the money at Og. You took the whipping. Actually, I think it has to be Cadence.
Yeah, let's go with Cadence.
Because that's pretty bad.
I'm down with that.
You took the whipping. You gave up the money. You just generally like threw yourself out there to help in every way you could.
No one died. It's amazing. So that's persona as well,
that's
or is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have a tiny bit of resources now.
Excellent. Cool. And the last one is embodiment. Character who played up their traits a lot, as well as their conditions.
I don't think we played up our conditions that well.
We didn't get them until the very end. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It was they just kind of pile on top of each other.
Yep.
But what are your guys' other traits?
My traits are Born Earth of Stone and Jaded.
I have Foolhardy and Touched by Gods. Oh,
That
one was quite literal.
Oh, yeah. I would say that's kind of right in the traits that you played to.
You're halfway. Yeah, you're also halfway to the next grind, if my math is right. So,
okay.
Because of the Arcanist and the fighter test.
Well, the Arcanist is
free. It's a spell.
Free. It's a spell.
Oh, see. You know what? I keep forgetting that. I'm so sorry. You're right. You're gonna have you're gonna have to drill that into my brain.
It's all good. I mean, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But that and Instincts are the only real.
That's right. Never mind.
I'm just so glad that I realized that I could use this. I'm so glad I got to cast a spell.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think Basil is a strong candidate for being very.
Yeah, and he was very much trying to use that touched by a god.
Right. And, not even in a mechanical sense as much as like this was Basil's curiosity about other gods and other ideas and yeah. And I think that was
that's going to be really good as we continue. So,
I think it's cool that we have two people marked with it as well and two people that aren't. So like there's interesting dynamic.
So what do I get for that? I forget.
Persona.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep.
Cool. That's it then, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
That's the game, right?
Yeah, that's been episode 2. Virgil, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me in a couple places. When I'm playing games with lovely folks such as this, you can find me hosting those games at twitch.tv/Zircon5. I've also been writing much of music lately, and I'm putting that up on Fanburst because I think SoundCloud is shutting down, which is terrible sadness. So fanburst.com/Zircon5 if you want to listen to some of my jams. And I do take commissions if you need something.
Yeah.
Other than that, not a whole lot going on. You can follow my Twitter at Virgil Levenger if you want to see me alternately complaining and trying to make puns. So that's pretty standard. But thank you so much for watching. That was a really fun session. I'm really liking this Torchbearer game.
It's awesome. I mean, it's hard to get those integral moments of like gritty. I never had a D&D experience when you have that gritty moment of trying to shove your captor into the mouth of a gnome.
yeah,
right?
That's pretty intense.
Torchbearer takes a little bit of priming the pump, right? Like you start off fresh with your rations all loaded. Like the game starts when you're like hungry, exhausted,
right?
Trapped in a dungeon.
That's what you are now.
Now we're in the web. We're in the web, and we have to.
You're in it now. Yeah,
and traverse it.
I don't know if any of you played that ancient game Dragon Slayer. It was an old Nintendo game, but you like started the game fighting blobs and tiny little things that didn't matter, and you get to like level 5 or 6 or something like that, and then you cross over this bridge and it's like Dragon Slayer. You're now starting the game, and you're like, what? You've been playing for like 2 hours. This is very much like Torchbearer.
Yeah,
we're not here.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to next session. What are you up to on the internet, Sean?
Not too much right now. You can find my actual play reports at SeanNittner.com. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook and G+ as Sean Nittner. We're talking right now about both an Autumn of the Ancients and a Girl by Moonlight game that we're going to be hosting on Actual Play. So it's twitch.tv/actualplay.
Nice.
How about you, Epi?
If you want to read my sword and sorcery fiction, which you do because they're short stories and it's World Short Story Reading Month, you can go to worldswithoutmaster.com. If you're looking for my games, you can go to dig1000holes.com. And if you're just looking to hear about calculators and what I'm reading or whatever, you can find me on Twitter or G+. I'm the only Epidaya out there. Yeah. Oh, and how about you, Eric? Yeah. Where can we find you?
Thank you. So you can find me here. This is my channel. Thank you so much. The three of you is great. I know we were down a person today, and that's always sometimes difficult to do as a group. But you guys really pulled through. You survived the best you can, and so I'm excited. And thank you, chat, for hanging out and playing along with us. Because this game does have a lot of little tiny gears. It has gears within gears, moving around, and I think we're having a really, really good seeing what's going on and seeing the mechanics behave with each other. There's a lot of little narrative resonance, if I could pull out my $10 word for the day today, going on today. So that was super good. So thank you all so much. Yeah, so things going on in Eric's town. If you like these role-playing game stuff, consider hitting that follow button. And if you really like all the different things I can do, maybe consider hitting that subscribe thing and supporting me going forward in my endeavors of producing more and more role-playing game content. And speaking of that more and more role-playing game content, I know this is a weird time slot, but Keep of the Borderlands, it comes back next week, back to Wednesday. So this Wednesday, for episode 3. At 7 p.m. Pacific. Then before that, the day before Tuesday, Once Upon a Game, we're playing Shooting the Moon, which is super fun. And let's see, what am I missing? Saturday, in this time slot, normally we return back to 316, where I'm a player, and by GM John Harper and crew. We are playing. That's a fun space trooper war simulator / Catch-22 simulator. Game experience. And then I'm looking forward to the following week, where I'm starting another new game of Dungeon Crawl Classics called Jungle Crawl Classics. We're running through this little module over here. Let me grab it real quick. I'm using D&D's Tomb of Annihilation using Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Nice.
So that'd be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm definitely trying to play some more games too. So stay tuned. I can tell you that I'm trying to get a game of the Mountain Witch spinning around
cool.
to do.
That just came back into reprint, right? That finally is available again.
And that's piqued the interest of a couple of my friends of mine. And we're working at getting that together. So a lot of new things coming down my way. And if you want to get interested in playing role-playing games, I'm the person to talk to. Follow me on my Discord. I have games kind of happening at least once a week. I have open signups for my Once Upon a Game stuff. And if you ever want to talk about games and anything like that, that's a good place to hang out and do that. So thank you all so much. That's it for today. Thank you, Cass. Thank you, chat. We're going to get out of here. So take care.
Thanks all.
Bye.